LEGO is about to airdrop these Fortnite products and I'll go every single one of them in detail before the storm gets me. It is unbelievable how most of them are priced the way they are in this day and age, so this will be an interesting one. Believe me, thank you LEGO for sending this for review. The LEGO Durrr Burger is the smallest of the new Fortnite products, and given how iconic and lore-intensive an object it is, makes total sense to be made as a LEGO set. The restaurant sign slash mascot of Greasy Groove is an interesting build as it does feature some cool studs not on top techniques to get the details right, and you can even see the layers of meat, cheese and tomato between the bright orange bun replicas. Eyes popping out are actually brick built, no prints or stickers here, and at almost 200 pieces it is quite the affordable product, making it a no-brainer purchase in my eyes for people who'd like to gift this to Fortnite players and fans. But it gets better. The LEGO Supply Llama is the perfect LEGO product any new up-and-coming theme could ask for. It features a beloved icon of the game, and being so affordable will probably lure more people into LEGO if this is their first ever experience with the brand. But before all that, the model itself is as colorful as you would find it in-game, and its wacky look is just as fun to see in real life. The texture you'd get out of a Pinata-styled creature such as these was made with a ton of curved and cheese slopes to a great effect, placed sideways with appropriate LEGO building techniques. Don't go expecting it to pose or anything, but the tail section is built in such a way that you can adjust its pieces, same with the head, though it's intended to be staying like this, while you can have some liberties with the lower jaw and open it as you see fit, or with the ears that can be also posed differently if you'd like. The eye tiles are actual prints, though the nose nostrils are a sticker, as are the chest icons on the sides there. Which brings us to a cool play feature. In-game, the Supply Llama has a bunch of loot for players, and that is also the case here in the LEGO model. To access it, you just need to open these latches and the loot will come falling down like this, which is kinda fun. This is all you get, and apart from this backpack thing of sorts I couldn't identify, every other item is actually an object seen in LEGO Fortnite, that new game mode Fortnite has. There's a rough ruby, slap juices, a grappler, good luck charm, slurp juice, and dynamite. To put the loot back on, you close the latches and open this hatch up here to drop everything inside, or keep some change if you'd like that instead. It displays really nicely, it's iconic and, as mentioned before, quite the affordable model. With almost 700 pieces, this will retail for $40. What? How on earth? Granted, there's lots of small cheese slopes, but still. So with all of that, there's no doubt in my mind that this will be in the highest demand coming the Christmas season, making it a perfect gift any way you look at it. The Battle Bus is perhaps the most iconic Fortnite in-game asset. It is literally the first thing you see when entering a new game, so naturally LEGO made one of its own. And while the vehicle is impressive on its own, so are the minifigures that come with it, where I'll start this particular review. There are 9 LEGO minifigures in total, and the level of detail goes miles beyond what you'd find on other LEGO sets and themes, trust me. Everything's exclusive, there's brand new pieces, and all minifigures have leg and feet printing, all 9 of them. And all 9 are made after skins you can actually play with in the game. The Battalion Brawler and Bright Bomber for starters are highly detailed and have alternate face prints. The Cuddle Team Leader has this very impressive headpiece that does come off to reveal the character's face, which is also double printed. Meowskulls is as wacky of a minifigure as the in-game counterpart, with a weirdly mismatch of body proportions and head, and the only minifigure of the lot with arm printing. Adventure Pilly is awesome with dual molded leg piece, and they went to the trouble of printing the hip section, even though it gets covered with the banana costume piece. Drift has this insanely detailed headpiece printed and dual molded that can be replaced with the character's mohawk. The Cube Assassin has this crazy transparent headpiece that looks really cool. The Trespasser Elite has a similar thing going on underneath his helmet piece. And finally the Raven that goes extra hard with the dual molded hood piece and side printing on both legs. If you've told me these 9 minifigures were part of an upcoming LEGO collectible minifigure series, I would believe you. All minifigures also carry one item each, a random selection of pickaxes, grapplers, slurp juices, and a slap juice. Now onto the battle bus itself. While I'm personally not as impressed with the build as I was with the Llama or Peely Bone, he still is a great looking model that respects the in-game asset really well. The most iconic details are all there, like that balloon thingy or the antenna by the flames that inflate the big balloon up top, appropriately made with LEGO balloon pieces, the V logo on the sides here, or those mechanical details going on the sides of the bus. Plenty of texture going on with them, and a few decorations that are actually stickers, same with the small sign here or the battle bus one at the front, back, and an extra sticker for the emergency door. The door does open, in fact all do, while the front one may be harder to pull off because of this in front of it. The front is also loaded with small details like the tubing going from the engine section to the roof. And speaking of, not sure if intentional or not, but the engine cover can be removed, revealing what's inside. It is a bus and you're meant to be able to transport people inside. The reason why you can remove the entire roof section, revealing a rather bare interior that does carry the exact number of seats required to seat all of the minifigures included in this set. Being the flying vehicle that it is, I would assume that carrying it from the balloon section would be possible, but that's actually not the case, as the studs used to connect the roof to the bus don't provide enough clutch for that, sadly. My custom LEGO builder's eyes can't help but think that this set is also a perfect base to make the iconic yellow school buses, right? Just remove all of the extra stuff, fill in the gaps and change it all to yellow, and you'd have yourself a perfect school bus model for your LEGO cities. Price-wise, this is the least impressive one of the lot. At almost 1,000 pieces, it will retail for $100, but considering the fact that there's an IP attached to this, and the insanity that is having 9 exclusive minifigures with new prints and molds, makes me think twice about that assumption. Something similar, carrying the same amount of exclusive bits and IP requirements, would be priced a lot higher in other LEGO themes, that's for sure. So with all of that in mind, the Battle Bus is once again a really good LEGO product that offers a lot of value for the specific audience it is trying to reach, both in display potential and minifigure collectability, while being fairly priced, especially so when comparing the averages of IP-based LEGO products. Now, I did not expect to enjoy the LEGO Fortnite Peely Bone set as much as I did, so here I am to tell you all about it. There's something inexplicably cool about having such a wacky character in front of me. Banana Man, sure, nothing too crazy, but then having him split in half with exposed bones and intestines? All of these made out of LEGO? That's right up my alley. And the wackiness is also matched in building complexity, which was also appropriately age-marked 18+. It is a display model all day long, further reinforced by the fact that it has an all-black stand. And while it looks very plain, building it was nothing short of amazing. Just check the underside to know what I mean. You get the name plaque printed, as are the details on the paint launcher he has on his hand. Quite a detailed build with lots of color and different textures. This can be removed from his hand, as can the banana pickaxe. Perfect weapon choices considering LEGO's no guns in products policy. Quite impressive actually how they managed a whole lineup of products that feature 0 guns, when the inspiration they're drawn from is a multiplayer shooter game, right? In the back, Peely carries a backpack that is actually meant to be a counterweight to the weapons, as stated in the building instructions, which in this particular Fortnite set have the usual 18+ spread of pages with a bit of insight into the game and product if you're curious. While the character is locked in place, there is however a bit of room to move the arms around and pose them as you see fit. And I kinda like how the designer managed to capture a bit of the toned body shape the character has, with the uses of curved slopes in the arm and different types of rounded tiles in the leg. Speaking of details, notice the banana spots shown here and there? All prints. The tile with the elf smile and the ones for the eyes, also prints. And for the first time ever, the sticker I will not be complaining about is the one on the back of the character. Because in real life, bananas do have stickers. How funny is that, right? If it weren't for that, which is still completely justified, we'd be looking at an 18 plus LEGO set with 0 stickers. That is extremely rare, people. Extremely. So yeah, LEGO is pulling all the stops here. And even though the banana side of Pili is really fun, even more so with the top here where he is literally starting to peel off, the bone side of the character is the most impressive to me. His exposed digestive system is both repulsive and mesmerizing for reasons I cannot explain, and the piece usage to achieve that goal was perfect. We've seen plenty of skeletons and bone structures done in LEGO before, but this ribcage in particular is very impressive to me, as is the skull build itself that is hiding 2 new LEGO pieces I've never seen before, but hope to see more of in upcoming LEGO products. I'm a sucker for great building experiences, and this one surprised me. There's lots of odd angles going on, most notably on the left leg where the rock the foot is supported on is, this part of the leg, or the way the leg connects to the body. I've shown you the bottom of the base already, there were lots of studs not on top techniques used in the main body, and the top of the banana also sliding perfectly at an angle was very satisfying to put together. Considering all of these IP license fees, prints, and new pieces, can you take a guess at how much this 1,400 piece LEGO model will retail for? Guess lower. $100 freaking dollars. Ow! How is this possible? And before speculating a bit on that topic, I just want to wrap the Pili review by saying that, while this may not be my go-to top recommendation for LEGO sets to buy, given how weird of an object this is, especially so if you couldn't care less about Fortnite at all, I have to be honest and say that this one blew me away on so many levels as a regular LEGO fan. Build is fantastic, the model is wacky and displays real nice, and I still can't believe how affordable it is. If you do care about Fortnite, however, and the budget isn't an issue, get this one ASAP. You will not regret it. From a business perspective, LEGO can't really go wrong with Fortnite sets, given how popular the franchise is. Over 200 million people played Fortnite last August, so yeah, numbers don't lie. If LEGO can tap into that relatively young player base with these products, they're hopefully turning the attention of millions of people to the wonderful world of LEGO products and getting new customers through the door. One might even say it took LEGO way too long to finally come up with this. What is surprising though is the amount of value these sets have. These price per piece ratios, prints, minifigures and new pieces don't come cheap, and yet Fortnite sets are priced like LEGO in the 90s. This puts some of the other LEGO IPs to shame in that regard, and you know exactly what I mean. LEGO is literally pulling all the stops for this theme, which I totally understand and am happy about. People who get LEGO Fortnite sets in their hands will have some of the best products the company has done in a while. I'm just sad we don't get to see this kind of treatment as often across the portfolio, as there's clearly some double standards going on here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.